Before we get the show fully started, I forgot to show off these little flaps that make him G1 cartoon accurate. I actually didn't show them off. I knew they existed, but I didn't show them off because I didn't know what their purpose was, to be honest. And I don't like it. So, yeah. And I forgot to show him next to Sunstreaker, even though I brought Sunstreaker in this room. He's a little bit more pale looking. This is a little bit closer, tiny taste closer to Bumblebee yellow colors. But there you are with that.
T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Alright, X-TRANSBOTS Master X Series, Savant. He is the Autobot theoretician Skids. I am the place in which something has occurred. That sounds so weird. Right here we see some weird animal robot thing right there running with a real looking car. I wouldn't be shocked if that was a real car. Here is his bio, if you can possibly read this. I can barely read it in person. It looks kind of bleared in areas. Tech specs. For the anal people out there, and I'm talking to nerds, so I know there's anal people out there. I said bleared, it should be blurred. It comes with the instruction manual. Here are the English tech specs, and better look at the bio. It's a nice little booklet. He comes with this card that's credit card quality. Same stuff on the back of here. But here is their version of Skids. Nice, awesome, like it. It doesn't have this Autobot logo on there. You have to get that for yourself. And for the two people out there that don't know about repro labels, look up Toy Hacks. They got a whole bunch of stickers, and they're not paying me to say that. So, you're welcome, Toy Hacks. This is nice. It feels nice. Nice paintwork. It rolls excellently. It's friggin' perfect. To show you now, his weapon one of his weapons can store up there. The back and the doors can open. But you need a tool to do that. Spudger, that's what this thing is called. Google. That's where you find it. You open it up. You see stuff missing down here because it's actually a robot in disguise. That's where you take this little dilly. This can fit inside of two grooves, the wheels. This is a transformable scooter, which actually existed in Japan in the 80s. I don't know if it went out of Japan. I'm assuming it's Japan. But you can store that in there, and you can actually shut this on the double hinge. And over here, you have a little opening so you can get at this door. And there are actual seats inside. Isn't that awesome? On this side, and the seats are adjustable because of the transformation. The steering wheel is in there. You could see his face because I didn't turn that around before I transformed it, which is optional anyway. If you don't care, because it is a robot in disguise, you just can live with the fact that he has a dead looking face in there. I would imagine once he transforms, his optics transfer over to the glass or the headlights or something like that. But that's cool. And if you're persistent, I was gonna say if you're persistent, you can put somebody like the Masterpiece Spike or Daniel in there. I usually keep Daniel in this drawer underneath of this desk, but he's not there, and like I said, I'm not killing myself moving forward. If you want to, you can take this weapon, shove that in there, and he has another little hand weapon. You can push that in there too, and now he's storing every single thing that he came with. Isn't that awesome? These are super duper pliable with no reflective sticker or anything. So yeah, nice detail, feels great, feels heavy, weighty, feels like probably what a real car would feel like if somebody shrunk it down to this size. So that's cool. This is what it looks like on the bottom. Here is him compared to one of X-TRANSBOTS' Stunticons or Berserkers. As you can see, he is a short, stubby car. Here it is compared to their version of Hoist. So, yeah, I still need to review this guy eventually. And like I said, wait, let me lean that down. He is heavy, so it's lifting him up, which is odd. Okay, transformation. What I like to do on any robot that has doors, I open the doors. If you got long enough fingernails, you don't need this spudger. But detach that, dump all the stuff out that you put in here. Where are you at? Well, we're gonna have to detach this. It got lodged in there. Let's just start with the legs, basically. I'm gonna detach them right here, which will also be able to get that scooter out, which I'm gonna have to go into detail on. And now we can start lifting the legs up in this direction right here. Get them completely straight like that to get things out of the way. Move the feet out of here. Let's start with this leg over here. While that's like that, we can put our finger in here and shove this through. Move the foot down, shove it through like that. Bring this down, but you'll have to make sure the knees are bent a certain way. And this little peg goes into there. I'll put my finger on the back of this and wiggle the knees until you get that in the right place. So there we are with that. Now we can elongate the foot, kind of get it like this out of the way, and rotate this wheel into position. It's on a hinge, a double hinge. Come on, you. If that doesn't work out, open the back, basically get it into this orientation. Now we can set that. Same stuff over here. While this kneecap is out of the way, open that up, bring that down, shut that. Move the foot out of the way. This side doesn't tab in as well as the other side for me on this rigger. Like kind of bend this hinge and rotate that up like that. Now we can bring, come on you, stop showing off. Bring this foot back into its correct orientation on both sides. All right, now the upper body. This, what I like to do is press down right here. I'm gonna move this out of the way, but press down on here while pulling up. It's kind of difficult. These little tiny tabs go under there. I think they can break off. Mine have been okay, but we're gonna leave things, or push the seats up a little bit, and now try to detach the arms from right here. Pull them out, like lift them up right there on that side, lift it up right there. Now we can rotate this up, unpeg that or unclip this from there, and now there is this little tiny little blue thing right here that needs to come out right here. Put the arm up, we can push that blue thing there back so it can hold the arm into place. Now we fold this panel that way, fold that panel that way, rotate this to go on the outside of the wheel, shut that, and the elbow bends this way so we can bring the arm that way. Rotate the hand like this. Same stuff over here. Kind of bring that out. This was already down, so we can push that up, bring that into place to lock it. Shut this on this side and this on this side. Rotate this around and bring that like that. And then we can rotate to the elbow to the front and rotate that. Up in here, just like Masterpiece Prowl, we need to rotate these into here. They don't really like lock into place, but they sit there, or they sit there. Now we can start pushing these up while pushing the head up past there. We can bring the arms up just like Prowl and push this tab up into a little slot right there. Get the back flat, straighten the back up, get him to your liking, and bam, he is a robot. And I should not have to edit out too much of this, thank goodness. But yes, he is a robot, and he is really good. He was only on the show a couple times, and they took liberties with his design because the real design was ugly to me. But before we get fully into him, I want to get into this little scooter thing. But basically, this was an optional scooter. In Japan, they promote like healthy activities and less traffic and whatnot. It has a kickstand, and this, you kind of have to like, it's kind of hard to grab. We need to get that up. Then we can get this out right here. And now we can push this down. And when we push this down, the seat comes up a little tiny taste, but you could put Spike or Daniel or somebody on here. And I believe this does, yes, it does rotate. It has the rear lights. It has the front lights and lights right there. So that's cool. And the kickstand. The kickstand actually works, so that's cool right there. He's really good looking. I don't have too many bad things to say about the way he looks. Like, this backpack cleans up super nice. I mean, he is wearing definitely a car, but he is definitely a solid robot. Only things I can complain about is the light blue arms. I know they're going for the cartoony look, but looking at this blue paint right here and then just seeing this unpainted blue for the arms, that's a little bit boring. So yeah, that's the one thing that bugs me about the way he looks, really. And then the face. Before I knew Overheat was coming with a new face, what I did was I went in with a really sharp pencil and I lightly went across the outline of the lips. So now you can see that it has like a little just regular blank face. But before I did that, it looked like he had no lips at all. So that was weird. His head is shaped like this. And one thing, I don't know whether there was a manufacturing error with this particular figure or if all of them are like that, but it's like a chunk of his neck is missing right there. You barely see it, but now that I pointed it out, you're gonna see it. But he has nice white paint, nice paint on the helmet, and the eyes are glowing. That nice Fans Toys-y blue right there. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have a complaint with as far as the way he looks. That mouth and this, but I'm gonna bring out his other faceplate that came with Overheat. Well, the legs are die cast, the thighs, I mean. It is chipping a little bit right there on both sides, so watch out for that. The feet are die cast. All of it is die cast. And watch out for that too, of course. But the head can look up. It can look down. You can manipulate this. And depending on how you have him posed, it won't look awkward. It looks awkward like this, but depending on how you have it posed, it definitely helps. And the head is on a ball joint. The shoulders are on a swivel hinge and a ball joint right there. So he can go out. He can bring the arm across the face. Not too many Carbots can do that. So that is cool. But it goes out that far. He has bicep swivel, but here's the one issue with the figure. This does not lock. Like, there's a soft little latch right there to keep that into place. But since the bicep swivel is so tight, as you can hear, it's so strong that it's going to make that turn. So if you want to rotate his arm, basically just know that you have to hold here and then rotate. His elbow bends more than 90 degrees, even though it's single jointed. Swivels and all the fingers open up like that. He has a tight waist rotation right there, below the abdomen. He has an ab crunch that goes all the way crazy forward, even more than friggin' Toro and some of their other figures, but it looks ugly back here, or weird, but he is a robot, so his anatomy can do that, apparently. His legs can kick all the way out to the side, kick all the way up, go all the way back, and with this ab crunch, you can make him look like he's kicking up even higher. Swivel right there. He technically has double jointed knees, but you're not going to get more than that, but that's good enough for somebody who has big giant legs like this. And the ankle pivot is outstanding, and they rock back. And if you want to get him to, like, they come forward a bit, but if you want to get even more bend, just rotate this wheel down, shove that out. This is the thing hindering things. You need to rotate that up, shut this back up, put the wheel back into place, and now he gets an even deeper kick forward. So that is awesome right there. Crazy posable for somebody that's shaped like a box. It's nuts. Of course, you can put the doors back or forward however you see fit. But basically, here's what I'm talking about as far as this freaking neck. But you can mess with it yourself. Trying to do this on camera and not make my video extra long is crazy. His weapons, this gun right here, it really clips into the peg hole in his forearm. You can wrap that around. That's what you're working with right there. And he has this gun right here, which also attaches to the forearm. So there you go with that. I would imagine he would put his hand like this or something. So that's cool. Size comparison, he's a little bit shorter than Sunstreaker here. So he's like roughly the height of like Masterpiece Prowl and all of them. The last thing to do is replace the face. Here's your last look at that. Look at his chin, his eyes, his nose, his mouth. Basically, he has one screw in the back of his head. So you're going to need one of these little screwdriver dailies. If you've been collecting these third parties enough, you probably have one of these lying around. The front detaches from the back, and that's what it's looking like in there. His neck and the ball are painted white paint. Shove the face backwards. And now we put the new face in here. Hopefully this is a smooth transition. Yep, went in there. And just screw it back together. It comes right apart as soon as you pull that screw out of there. And now here is his new face. It's kind of a bit more smiley. I don't know if the eyes are really changed that much. And it might just be the mouth. It kind of looked like more things were different until I pushed it into the, or attached it to the helmet. But yeah, it's mostly just the mouth. It's well more defined and looks smiley. One thing that might be mildly aggravating, because of the way the gun attaches to the arm, you can't rotate it while it's attached. And the shoulders, because of the way they're made, you can't like turn his arm outward really. He really has no outward motion unless you do this first. And like, because of the way I pose things, that's something I didn't even pay attention to, but the arms will look kind of awkward like that. So there you are. And I think that's it. I like the figure a lot. It does a lot of good things good. and there aren't that many bad things. So there you go with that. I can definitely suggest this. It's worth it. Until next time, T-Man 978 out of here. Thank you for watching. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.